Advertising is something that we see every day, from the tops of billboards to the bottoms of our phones. These things are literally built and made to not only attract our attention, but keep it as well. Wouldn't you like to know how to do the exact same thing? Advertising is important, as it is not only used in every single branch of industry, but also in our professional lives as well as our personal lives. Today, I will tell you how to do just that. I will tell you some skills that will help you with your advertising skills, your communication skills, your persuasion, as well as a few other types of skills. Being able to properly communicate is a key factor when it comes to marketing as well as general communication. This idea comes from Way Up Incorporated, which is a company that specializes in getting college students internships as well as any other skills they need in order to help the pursuit of their careers. They also believe that creativity is important. For example, this creativity can help not only generate new ideas, but make sure that either old ones are weeded out or are revamped for what's necessary for the modern times or modern problems. They also believe that being able to accept correct criticism is important, and also being able to give out correct criticism. For example, being able to know why you're being criticized is important, so that way you know not to make the same mistake again. But also being able to make sure that the person you're criticizing, you're making sure you're telling them correctly that what they're doing is wrong. If they're doing something right and you're telling them they're doing it wrong, you kind of just really screwed them up. And if they're doing something wrong and you don't recognize it, then they're going to keep making the same mistake because you're not enforcing that they're making a mistake. They also believe that analysis of trends is important. That way you know exactly when and how to execute plans in a timely manner. Next, I'll be giving you some skills to help you with primary communications. Basically, just skills that can help you outside the marketing world. While marketing itself can be a very important skill set, it is important to know communication skills, which can help you not only in the marketing world, but mostly outside of it. An article by Rob Frennick, editor-in-chief at the Princeton Review, has written an article on just this. Skills that can help you with communications outside the marketing world as well as inside of it. He believes a practiced, persuasive, and enthusiastic speaker is important. Because if you know what you're talking about, that's great, but if you know what you're talking about and you don't seem like you know what you're talking about, or you're just simply not entertaining, it's going to really suck when people aren't listening to you. If people aren't listening to you, then, well, you're kind of just shooting words out in the wind and not even listening. He also believes that a strong qualitative and quantitative ideas are important. That way you have a lot of information to pull from, as well as having quality ideas. Make sure your ideas are of quality and you have a lot to pull from. Not only shows that you know what you're talking about, but it can also show you have valid points. He also believes that media expertise is important. For example, this can help you reach all types of age groups. Younger age groups tend to lean more towards quantitative information. They like bite-sized information such as things from Snapchat or Instagram. That's typically where kids will get the news from. Whereas older generations tend to lean more towards qualitative, such as maybe newspapers, actual news sources, or maybe something like Facebook, where you can have more than a few sentences. Finally, I will give you some skills that can help you primarily within the marketing world. Marketing is used across all businesses and industries. An article written in April 2018 by Morgan Industries, a company which is very similar to Way Up Incorporated, has done just this. They believe that proper writing skills are important, as this can help you not only formulate your ideas, but also make sure they are structured and are delivered across effectively. They also believe that public speaking skills are important. Again, much like Rob Frennick, that way you not only seem like you know what you're talking about, you also know how to execute the ideas and deliver them properly. However, they also believe that non-verbal communication is important, such as hand gestures, foot gestures, facial gestures, or really just any other type of body language. Finally, they also believe that visual communication is important, which this one is also very similar to hand gestures, but primarily focuses on the way you look. For example, I don't look very professional. However, I also do know what I'm talking about. Finally, I have given you three different 3 different sources with a plethora of information to pull from. For primarily, these focus on making sure you know what you're talking about, making sure that all the information that you pull from is important, and also make sure you have plenty amount of it. It also focuses on learning from your mistakes as well as the mistakes of others. Think of how you could use these skills in the future, perhaps maybe in your personal life or professional life. Maybe you have to talk with a coworker or someone higher up. You have to make sure that you know that you know what you're talking about to them, or you need to know. You basically just need to know what you're talking about for the most part. The skill can help, again, mostly in a professional setting, can also help in a personal role, as it can do something as simple as maybe setting up a dating site, or just mostly getting yourself out there, making sure you're known, making sure people see you and people believe that you are a good and genuine person. Thank you for listening.